morning, everybody, and welcome back to the show, Late Night Laughs with the Lawsons. I am your host, the funny guy, Daniel Lawson, and today I'm so excited to announce this special guest, someone that was just so iconic whenever you was a kid, if you were born in the 90s, and honestly still to this day is pretty iconic. Ash Ketchum, y'all. Give it up for Ash Ketchum. That's a tongue twister. Guys, today I got my beautiful wife with me, Whitney Lawson. She is the Pokemon monster catcher.
Make sure you use this as my picture.
Okay, I will. I will use that as your picture.
Hold on, let me get a good one.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Guys, you won't believe it. It's been an exciting week. It's been a long week. And I can't wait to tell you our little story of us hunting Pokemon all over our town.
Oh, man, so much fun. I haven't had that much fun since I felt like a kid again. It was so much fun.
So I was in here working this past week in the office, and she's like, "Babe, come here. I got to show you something."
No, you were just casually walking by to the kitchen, I guess, to get some water or something. And I said, "Hey," Cadence was on the couch, and she looks up, and Daniel's like, "What?" I said, "Y'all want to do something fun and spontaneous?" And they get real quiet. I said, "It'll be real quick, something we've never done."
Which was a lie. And we'll tell you about that soon.
Not the fun part, but the quick part. And I said, y'all, they have a Facebook group in our town, a local Facebook group. And I said, this guy, he hides Pokemon cards all over town. And they knew what I was talking about. I said, he hid this rare, I guess it's rare, I don't know. But
it's like a special edition.
Yeah, I said, he hid this Pokemon card, and I know exactly where it's at. I said, do y'all want to go get it?
And I'm like, honey, come on.
I said, come on, we've never done this. It's something spontaneous. We're never going to do this ever again. I know where it's at. Let's go. And we went, but it was not there.
No. There was multiple clues throughout the day. I guess after so many days, he like drops extra clues or what?
They drop like a hint or two hints every day.
And so she just knew where it was, and it was not where she thought it was. So we went there first downtown, and then it dawned on me after, hearing the clues. I'm like, hey, I think it might be at Lost River Cave. So she's like, well, let's just drive by Lost River Cave. We'll do a quick look. If it's not there,
do a quick drive-by.
Yeah, a drive-by was what she said. If it's not there, we'll just go home. I'm like, okay, because it was hot. It was toasty. And Cadence had ball practice at 3.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to Lost River Cave, we get to looking, and we find a Pokemon ball
attached to a brick.
Yeah. And if you're familiar with Bowling Green, it was a Lost River Cave, and there's like this big windmill thing, and it was down in there.
It was a water wheel.
Yeah. She pulls out this brick with this bag. Honestly, it looked pretty sus, if you ask me, but she pulls it out, and we open it, and there's like 5 Pokemon cards in there. There's a Pikachu, a Charizard, a Squirtle, and some kind of fish thing.
And a note. I got super excited because I thought it was it. And I said, oh my gosh, I've never found anything in my life. I'm so excited. But then I got disappointed. I said, they lied. I said, it's not it. But I said, oh my God, there's a note. So it was like a distraction almost.
But we didn't know that at this time.
Right. So we read it and we posted it online, and they said that you found like the decoy or something like that.
But this was after we went on the wild goose chase of trying to put like, oh, why is Pikachu in there? Why is Squirtle?
Right.
Oh, it's all, water, fire, electricity. There's a place downtown near the Fountain Square, or not Fountain Square, but Circus Square Park that shoots this water out of the ground.
It was a splash pad.
And around it is the municipals.
That was after we continued to hunt all of Lost River Cave. Cadence ended up missing ball practice for this.
For a Pokemon, okay?
And then, so we ended up hunting from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. that day.
It was insane. We were miserable. I was hot and sweaty, but this was, we didn't end up going back. So from Lost River Cave, we didn't find the Mewtwo, right?
Right.
So she's like, well, let's just go home. All right, cool. Sounds good. I'm ready. Let's go. Cadence already missed basketball. We'll just go home and enjoy the rest of the evening. We about to get off the exit to go to the house, and oh, honey, it just dawned on me. I've cracked the code. And now, granted, this is the 3rd time I've heard I've cracked the code. But I know where it is.
You thought it made sense, though.
I did. So
you went along with it.
Instead of getting off the exit to come home, We turn back around.
No,
and
we didn't.
Go
We continued to go
all
forward.
the way back downtown Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And still hunt for this wild goose chase of a card. And we failed. Granted, it gets better. Later that night around 10:30, she comes to me and says, honey, I know where it is. I said, oh, hell no, I ain't going. I'm not doing it. I ain't hunting no Pokemon again.
I said, if you do this for me, I won't ask for anything ever again. I know where it's at. Can you please go get it?
So she sends me some photos on my phone, and I go to the Western Kentucky Ag Center here in Bowling Green, which is, granted, we had no idea, private property, you know.
And a bunch of cows, a pond.
Oh, yeah. I smelled cow manure for 24 hours after the fact that I was there searching, because we were there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
You and Cadence.
Searching. We're looking through these bushes at this big ag center, which is like a spinoff from Western's campus.
Yeah.
But like for country people trying to learn how to be a farmer, you know. And I'm looking through the bushes, and this truck rolls up, and they're like, hey, what are y'all doing? And I said, honestly, you're going to laugh whenever I tell you what I'm doing. And she's like, well, let's hear it. What are you doing? And she looked serious. Had no clue she was on the phone with the director of the agriculture center. Don't even know where this director lives. And she said, so what are you doing? I said, I'm hunting a Pokemon. And she busts out laughing. The lady on the phone, the director, was like, they're doing what? And then so I told her, I was like, hey, this guy's posting all these clues. My wife said, this is where it's at, and this is what we're doing. We're looking for a Pokemon. She said, they need to take that down because this is private property. Had no idea. I'm thinking, oh, shit, we're about to get arrested for hunting Mewtwo for my wife. I'm going to have to call her from the Warren County Detention Center here in town and say, hey, come pick us up. I'm in jail for hunting a Pokemon card. So she ends up, I offered to leave. I was like, hey, I'll just go if it's private property. She's like, oh no, she wouldn't even known if I'd have called her. She just wanted to make sure we weren't like vandalizing the property or anything. So she actually gave us some like hints. She was like, you may want to check up here by the turf center. Cadence was scared to death. It was pitch black. Cows were out there. I was on a wild goose. I was looking for a needle in a haystack. And guess what? It gets better, because the next day, Whitney comes in here and she's like, babe, I know where it is. I've heard this for 2 or 3 days straight.
No, it was day 2.
No.
That was day 2.
No, there's no way. I think it was 3 days.
No, because the first day we did all the hunting, and then that was the first night that y'all went. And then day 2, I was like, I know where it's at.
I laid my foot down.
He said, no, I'm not going. I got to work. So me and Cadence we went back to Lost River Cave. And turns out Daniel thought it was where the boat tours were. Well, turns out you got to pay to cross that chain link line to go towards the boat tour. I said, I'm not doing all that. And there were like 20 people waiting. So me and Cadence came up with this plan to where I was like, Cadence, just act like you forgot something down there and we'll go down there. So we just went under the chain link
little barrier thing.
And I'm yelling at Cadence the whole way down. See, this is why I don't take you anywhere. You always forget something. My goodness, blah, blah, blah. And Cadence is like, okay, Mom, that's enough, blah, blah. And anyways, we're walking on down there, and I'm acting like I'm on the phone with Lost River Cave office in the front. We get down there. We see a ton of people down there for the boat tour already. I said, oh my gosh, because I thought it would have been empty. And so we walk in the bathrooms because there's people going in the bathrooms. And then we come back out and act like we're already with them. No one even knew. So we were just blending in with everybody else. We look where we're supposed to. It's not there. We look everywhere else down there. Ended up leaving. And I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going back home. And then something just dawns on me. So I start looking up a few things. I said, okay, I'm going to check one more place because I'm passing it on the way home. And then I'm done. I said, I'm tired of going on this goose chase. And it's going to be over. So I stop at the Aviation Heritage Park on the way home. And I tell Cadence, I said, we're going to stop here and then we're going home. I'm done. Because we wasted enough gas in our cars.
Yeah, tank and a half of gas later.
And enough time doing this. So we stop. We run up, look through a couple bushes. And the first bush Cadence looks through, she finds it.
Yeah.
And
it was in a dog poop bag.
Yeah.
With $10 attached to it?
$10 and a note.
Yeah.
But we could care less about the money, but we found it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Me and Kaden start jumping up and down. We're yelling at the top of our lungs. We're like, success! Like, it was just so exciting. But this is the card.
Yeah, they found the card.
We were so excited.
And
they're still doing more Pokemon hunts now.
Yeah.
So
I like the fact that he's doing it just because, like, Spotted and Bowling Green's Facebook group is just drama fed.
So much negativity, people complaining, and he's trying to bring more positivity out there. He'll do random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
When Father's Day came around, he found a single dad out there who had kids, and he secretly gave him a card, like placed it, I think, in front of his doorstep or something with some money in there and a card, and wrote him a sweet note. But in the beginning, when that guy noticed when he first joined Facebook, he would randomly post like quirky things or positive things or whatever, and people would like make fun of him or something. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with people? And everybody's starting to like him now. And it's like,
he's just kind of taking something negative and changing it into a positive. The easiest way for me to describe it is like someone will post a picture of a car in front of them on the interstate and saying, they'll gray out their license plate, be like, this car just cut me off.
Yeah.
And then 138 comments later of people bashing the lady posting it, people bashing the car. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
It's more entertainment than what I feel like that page should be used for. And I think he's doing a good job as far as like bringing some positivity to the page.
Yeah, bringing the community together.
Getting people out of their homes.
Yeah, and that's what I told him, after this experience. I wrote him and I said, thank you so much for this experience. I said, because for the past 2 days, I said, you got me and my family out of our house, off of our electronics. And I said, we had so much fun. And I said, we haven't had fun like this in such a long time. And I said, I felt like a kid again.
Yeah.
And I said, and we were outdoors just, being spontaneous. And I said, and you did that for us.
We almost died of a heat stroke, but we appreciate the getting us out of here.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, simple, small stuff like that. And I mean, of course, we could have thought of that, but we didn't.
Right.
That's a complete stranger did.
Yeah. There's no money involved except obviously the valuable cards that he's laying around. But like, it just goes to show that it doesn't take any money to.
But it's not even the value.
Bring some positive.
That's the thing.
I know that, but I'm saying that's the only money he's out.
I know, but it's just the fun of like, because I used to love Pokemon growing up, and it's just the thought of like, because kids now do like that Pokemon Go, like the virtual stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
But it's like you feel like you're hunting a real Pokemon, and you got to solve the clues because like I like riddles. So like a riddle, like, oh, Jack and Jill fell down the hill, but then what type of just silly riddle.
That's a nursery rhyme.
No, but I'm saying like real life riddle. Like it's just fun to me. So I had a blast.
We had a good time. And on top of that, outside activity, last episode we just talked about like the balancing of work and life and relationship, and how I've struggled a lot lately. Just, I don't know. It's a mental game for me, as far as like feeling like I need to get stuff done, and I feel like maybe if I don't get it done, I'm a failure, or if I don't get it done, I'm feeling like relaxed. I'm getting comfortable.
You're not being productive.
Yeah, and I don't like that feeling at all because I was always like a go-getter,
Right.
So this past week, we took a family day and went out on the boat and did some tubing and just left the electronics here. I mean, we vlogged it, of course, but like that vlogging is fun for us. It's not really work.
It's more of like, let's film the experience to keep that memory.
Yeah, for sure. And, we took the kids tubing. Whitney threw everybody off the tubes, including myself.
Terrorized Eli. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So we thought he was having fun, though, because like you're like, hey, babe, do you want to drive the boat? Yeah. And Daniel's got his phone out, doing a story for Instagram. We're like, woo, yeah. We thought he was having a blast, but in reality, he's saying, stop.
Yeah, after I put the phone down, I listened and I was like, it sounds like, so I turned around and I'm like, honey, he's yelling like stop, like he's dying. He's like, stop, stop. It was so funny.
And then I flipped Cadence off the tube.
Yep.
I flipped you off. I mean,
Yeah, and then she parks like 20 feet in the water in the middle of the lake away. And I'm like, can you pull the boat closer?
And you're treading water. He don't have life jacket on.
God, that's exhausting.
It is.
I don't know if it's, well, obviously because you can't touch the bottom, but treading water at 34.
Well, yeah, because I jumped in to swim with Cadence and I didn't have a life jacket on. And so I'm sitting there swimming. And then she's like, come on, Mama. And I'm coming. And she's like sitting there, you know, with her life jacket by the ladder, just talking to me. I said, Cadence, climb up. I don't have a life jacket on.
Right.
Like, hurry up and get up there.
You don't realize how beneficial those life jackets are. And I've after the fact, which, you know, put my life at risk, I guess, because you're supposed to wear the life jackets if you're tubing or not, which makes perfect sense after the fact. We don't go boating all the time.
Right.
But like, I guess if you fall off or if the tube bounces and you know, knock yourself out on accident, you're knocked out.
Yeah.
In the middle of the lake, you're going to sink.
Right.
You're not going to just float.
And no one's going to find you.
No one's going to, I mean, you can't turn that boat around fast enough.
Exactly.
To save somebody. So I think it's super important. If you are boating, if you're wakeboarding, tubing, surfing, skiing, wear a life vest because I didn't think of that.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, well, I'll just hold on to the tube. But when I get home, I'm like, hey, I found out why they make you wear life jackets because you could hit your head, knock yourself out. You never know.
Does anybody else have this irrational fear when they're in open water? Mm-hmm. Like to where when you're in that water, you're okay, but then all of a sudden you get a random thought, what's in this open water? Like
every day.
Is it going to grab my feet? Is it going to come get me? Is there a shark? Is there a gator in here? Is there a giant fish with these massive teeth? And then all of a sudden it can't leave your head and you're like, okay, I'm getting back on the boat. And you start freaking out and you start swimming back to that's what I did. I was out there swimming with Cadence and I was totally fine. Then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, what's in this water? Is it going to grab me by the feet? And I started booking it back to the ladder. I said, nope, I'm going back up.
Yeah. That's why I don't get in the ocean. I don't like water, like I like water, but like I'm not one to just swim. I would lay by the pool and be completely fine, but I just don't like getting in the water. I think that's maybe the reason because you can't see the bottom.
You don't even get in the pool though.
I know. I just don't like getting in the water. I don't have a fear. I can swim. I'm a great swimmer. I swam a lot as a child. Maybe it's now that I'm a little older, just chilling is okay with me. I don't know.
I love being in the water, but
you ain't gonna see me in the ocean. Hell no. I will not get in the ocean.
That's a huge fear of mine. Even when I was a kid, I would take a bath and I would always look in the tub like that, always thinking a shark's gonna come out of the drain. I don't know why I always
hate
did
the
that.
lake too. That's why I didn't want to, but I was like, you know what? The kids want me to do it. It's a fun memory. So I got on there, but maybe that was why I was so exhausted because I was like trying to get the hell up out of there.
You seemed a little pissy, like hurry the heck up and get me out of this water.
I was exhausted.
You were scared, don't lie. You were like, something's about to come get me and I need to hurry. And that's why you didn't want to swim all the way to the other side to the ladder. That's right. You climbed up in the boat from the motor side. Yeah, I remember that. And we're like, go to the ladder. And you were just using all your muscles to get up on the motor side.
No, because
you thought something was going to get you.
No, because I was exhausted. It took 5 minutes for you to pull the boat over there.
You thought something was going to get you.
Honey, I'm here to tell you, I was about to die. I was about to just give up and just float to the bottom and sit with that big shark or big eel or the other bodies that are at the bottom of Barren River.
A gator or a shark or something. Yeah, you thought something was going to get you.
It was fun. We had a good time. It was good to just pull out of the everyday life, go to the lake. Leighton had fun. Eli, Cadence had fun. It was fun. We had a good time. And it was good to just be present in the moment.
I can tell you one thing. The only thing I don't like about the lake other than my irrational fear is the smell. It's just really fishy smell. I'm just not a big fan of that.
Yeah, up by the marina always stinks.
Yeah.
Or the shore.
Well, when we were swimming,
Because that's where the water all collects.
Well,
you
when
see
we
all
were-
that stuff floating on top.
when me
Ugh.
and Cadence were swimming in there, it's just nothing but a fishy smell.
Yeah, lakes are nasty, especially our lake.
Yeah.
But it's fun. And it's wet. It's water. I don't know how nasty it is. It's probably nasty. I ain't drinking it.
I ain't drinking no kind of water that I'm putting my body in.
You've taken a drink of bath water before. Or a shower.
Shower, yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm dying of thirst and I'm in the shower, I'm gonna put my mouth up, open it, and then drink some shower water.
That's disgusting. I'm not drinking hot water. That's disgusting.
Well, if you're that thirsty, because I'm sometimes I guess I overheat from where the water's so hot. I don't know, like to where, because I like my water scorching when I shower. So I'll just turn it cold real quick, or at least room temperature, open my mouth up and drink it.
Interesting. But yeah, really this week, I just wanted to update everybody and just really talk about, I'm really working hard to try to appreciate the moment and just, I don't know, it's a daily battle for me. And I don't want to, like, the lake was great, but then when I came back the next day and started working, like, I was like, ugh, can we do something else fun, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I just don't want to get in that, like, relaxed routine, and it's all play and no hard work, you know what I mean? But I don't know, maybe eventually I'll try to find a balance, you know, but as long as I'm, like, working better towards it and I'm recognizing, like, hey, I am doing a little bit better, maybe then it'll resonate with me. Because I was talking to Jordan about it this morning. I don't understand. I don't know where the happy middle is for me. And I don't want to feel laxed. I don't want to feel overwhelmed either, but I'm ahead. The stuff that's done is done. And I'm trying to remind myself that more going through the weeks. I mean, changing a habit or a train of thought and changing your mind and body is hard. Like telling someone to stop smoking a cigarette seems so easy, you know, to the people that's not having the issue.
Right.
But if you're telling a smoker to stop, that smoker's like, oh yeah, okay. But then on the second or third day, they're like picking it right back up.
Right.
It's a hard habit to break, you know, and if I just can, you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing better. I have to give myself some grace and just like some praise too. Like I need to tell myself like, I am doing what I can.
Right.
I am doing a good job. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's low self-confidence in that field. I don't know, but.
Well, yeah, because I constantly tell you all the time, you work hard and you need to give yourself a break. And I think it's something you need to tell yourself because I feel like you don't believe it, because even your mom and I mean, everybody around you tells you the same thing that I tell you, but you yourself don't believe it. So it's something that you have to believe within yourself.
And I just don't want to feel like I'm not getting anything accomplished.
Right.
My mentality always, ever since I had my first job, was like, I'm going to get this done and be the best at it that I can be. Any factory, any fast food.
I think something that would help you is that you write down a daily goal. Like, okay, I need to get this done. Something that is not excessive, but something that is manageable.
Yeah.
And once you meet that daily goal, then you're like, even if you finish it around lunchtime, you're like, man, this is good. I feel like I did a pretty decent amount of work today.
Right.
And I'm done for the day. And then if you feel like, man, you know, I can add a little bit more to this list without being excessive, then do a little bit more the next day.
Right.
You know, make a daily list and then see how that goes and go from there.
Yeah. And that's why I'm trying to like schedule in time to withdraw, you know, like.
But see, I feel like that would
down.
help though. You know, make a daily list.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then that would give you time as far as family life, taking a break, you know, depression and everything. But that's where I would start.
It's worth a shot, but also it's like there's so much that goes into it too, you know.
Yeah, but you can't do it all though in one day. You just can't. There's always going to be work to do. But I would prioritize, do that daily list and prioritize.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do. And I feel like me trying to do that has, you know, made room for us to be able to do stuff as family.
Right.
Like we went to Thunderfest yesterday, which is this big fireworks show here locally that the Kiwanis Club puts on and gives back all the proceeds and stuff go back to the community. But which was crazy. Like, so did I hear that right? All the vendors there, the food and the boutique stuff, any dollars spent that the boutiques made, the food vendors made, every single dollar went to the Kiwanis Club.
I don't believe so. I don't think so. I think you misheard that. I don't think so.
That's what I understood. They said all these businesses, you're not buying, like they're not doing this for themselves. Everything sold was pretty much donated. From what I got.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Because there was a lot of vendors there. There was a lot of boutiques there. That's crazy if that's the case.
No, because I read something online that they had to apply to be on the list for Thunderfest. And it's because you get your name out there and also you make money from it. So I don't think that's right.
Well, but moving all that stuff to the side, it's allowed us to enjoy the moment and enjoy the summer a little bit more. But having that laxed day, it takes a toll on me because I don't want to be laxed all the time.
Right.
Is laxed even the right word?
Yeah, it means relaxed. Yeah.
Like I don't want to feel, I don't know. I feel like if I feel happy 7 days out of the week, then I'm not doing the right thing. And when I say happy, I mean like enjoying all the time. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but you deserve to be happy 24/7.
Well, that's not what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, that's how you feel. I mean, it's almost like your mind is tricking you.
Yeah.
Almost. I totally get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a happy guy. I'm happy 24/7.
Right. It's almost like your mind is tricking you. Like, am I getting any work done? Am I I'm happy? Like this isn't right. I totally get it.
Because people that when you work, it's like you're putting in energy and this and that.
Right.
It's
like I should feel drained. I should feel exhausted. Like there's no way. Yeah, I totally get it.
So I'm working on myself. And as long as I'm getting better, then I'm achieving what I'm trying to achieve. But it's going to take time. It takes time to change a habit. I mean, look at the whole Pavlov's dogs or whatever. What is that called?
I have no clue what
You don't know what that is?
No.
I'm a little smarter than you. You know the little dog thing?
Just because you know one thing does not mean you're smarter than me.
I know a lot.
And so do I.
You do?
So that doesn't mean that I'm smarter,
you never heard of
than you, nor
dogs?
that you're smarter than me.
I know I'm saying that wrong. But the dogs, you ring the bell and he fed his dogs for 3 days straight. And then...
Doesn't ring a bell.
Something along the lines of him doing this activity.
You see, you're rubbing off on me, your puns.
Yeah. So I ring a bell and then I feed my dogs. And then I ring a bell, I feed my dogs. On the third or fourth day, he rang the bell and the dogs just come to him because they know they're going to get fed.
I've never heard of that.
It's a thing. I can't believe you never heard of that. It's just around habits. It's creating
yeah, just
habits.
If people how they teach their dog how to ring the bell when they need to go potty. Yeah. I mean, anything. It's a habit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's creating a habit.
Yeah.
And so that's
just like our chickens when we would say chick chick.
Exactly.
Chick chick. And they knew they were getting a treat.
Or the dogs, whenever we used to turn off our TV a long time ago.
They knew it was bedtime.
Kylo would be asleep. And we would turn it off and it would go
doom doom.
Doom doom. And then he would jump up and be like, okay, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's so funny because hearing those things trigger.
Oh, God, I haven't thought about that for a long time.
It's wild. But, I'm getting better. I'm doing better. I'm feeling better. What about you?
I've noticed with you how, your mood,
it's a lot of work. I'm not even going to lie. I'm trying. It is.
Well,
some days it's painful.
I've noticed when we have the family time, though. You're just more yourself
in the now.
You have the breakaway from the work, and you're able to, and it's you're enjoying the moment, and you're
I feel like it, but it's painful some days. It's very hard because
but you have to though, because at the end of the day, no matter who you are.
I know I have to. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm just saying, no matter who you are, what company you work for, what you're doing, the world's going to continue to go round. There's always going to be work to do. You have to put yourself and your health first.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I agree. And being ahead and thank
because
God I'm ahead.
otherwise,
And what I've noticed is like the beginning of the week, it's going to be stressful.
Yeah.
That's when this stuff comes out. That's when my shorts come out.
that's with any job. The beginning of the week is always the most stressful.
And there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is tight for me. That's like extremely busy. Scheduling everything. And right now I'm 2 weeks ahead on Facebook and Instagram. You know? So, and that's love in itself. That's going to prepare us for our vacation to where I can stop everything for a week, you know. But planning that stuff and prioritizing that stuff, not just prioritizing work, but prioritizing family time. And it's just, it's getting better. I feel good. Some days are better than others. Some days are worse, but I try to just be aware of it. And I think that's what it is. My awareness is more there. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. What about you?
What about me?
Like, how do you feel? Because
about
obviously if I'm under stress, you're under stress. And, if I'm having a bad day, stuff rubs off.
I feel like here lately, everything's a lot better. Like, it's going better. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like when you take more breaks, everything, like, not necessarily more breaks, but I feel like when you take the time to have like a family day or take time for yourself, it gives you time. It gives all of us time together. It gives your mind a break. I feel like you're more like at ease. Mm-hmm. And your mood's good, and I feel like everything's good.
And I'm trying to like make it like just make an excuse to step away. I feel like just like to build the basketball goal. I needed to build the basketball goal, so I just was like, all right, it's been 6 hours. I haven't left my eyes off the screen. I'm getting away for an hour or 30 minutes, whatever. But I'm trying to tell myself, hey, stop, go outside.
You have to.
Water the flowers, walk around and pick up weeds out of the rocks, something to just break the...
You have to,
break the mental state there, because it gets depressing, like I was talking about last episode.
Yeah. That's healthy for you to do that, because it's not healthy for you to be in here all the time. I mean, I understand you have work to do, but also you have to protect this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, last thing I want to talk about is, I'm 34 and I've been, after a certain age, I get testosterone pellets to like give you that energy, that boost that you need, So I go to a doctor, they give me testosterone pellets. They're like biodegradable. It's great. It makes you feel good. It gives you energy. I sleep better. Your mood is better. You can eat and just feel strong, and I'm not on steroids. Okay. Let's just put that out there. I'm not on steroids. I'm on testosterone that my body needs, that I wasn't creating.
Prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah. My body was stopping my testosterone production. I was lethargic. I wasn't sleeping. I was tired, moody, and 2 weeks after I started my testosterone pellets, like, geez, I slept great. I don't have to sleep a ton anymore. I feel good. It's easy to wake up and get going. That was the mornings are huge whenever you're a male in your 30s and your testosterone is where it's supposed to be. Mine was like, 5 something? And it's supposed to be up in the thousands is what he wants, or 900s. And wait, what was Dustin's? 2 something? 215, I think, was his. Mine was slightly above that. It was like 3 something, because I was a little bit higher than him. But now I'm up to like 9 something. But I feel better now, and I was on the testosterone. Well, women are also supposed to be on testosterone. right?
Yes.
And your thyroid was messed up. And so I was like, hey, you probably should go see my, he's like a hormone specialist. And she doesn't have a thyroid. So she went to the thyroid doctor and she's like, hey, I'm lethargic. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Check me out. He checked her out and he said, hey, you don't have any testosterone and women are supposed to have a small amount. So he put pellets in and literally she was so low on testosterone, like her body used them up. What? Instantly. It was like, they was gone.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, come back in the office. We're going to put some more pellets in you to like boost your level, like a booster to boost your level. So he did that. And then what happened? This is a funny story.
Well, I have my third set now.
Yeah.
You tell him.
No, you tell him.
I didn't want to tell him.
So then she comes downstairs and she's mad. She's like, I'm not doing these testosterone pellets. I'm not getting no more pellets inside of me, nothing. But why? Tell him why. It's funny.
Well, because I got out of the shower and I looked in the mirror because my skin's normally really dry. And then I do a double take and everybody's got a little fuzz on their face. But I look in the mirror and I got hairs curling underneath my chin. So I look in the drawer and I rip out the tweezers and I just go to freaking plucking. And then I got hairs curling up here. Like I draw the line when I start to grow a beard and a mustache. And I come down here and tell Daniel because I done plucked them all out.
I saw something on her face in the sun.
And I get mad at him because I told him and he's like, I thought I saw something the other day when we were outside shining in the sun.
I just thought like it was
We've
like...
been together 8 years and you don't tell me I got some hair growing out of my darn chin, like curled up.
I thought it was like a glisten, like we were outside. Maybe it was a little sweat bead or something. I just saw something. I didn't think.
And I'm not even
maybe it lint.
I'm not even kidding. Like it's not no fuzz like I normally had. These were curled up white hairs. Like you could take your finger and just play with and just pull. Like
you were stroking your chin hair.
No, that's how long they were. So I was up there for a good 15, 20 minutes just taking the tweezers, pluck.
How many?
Pluck. It was a bunch. And then at the corners right here, curled right there, I said, you've got to be freaking lying. I said, I will be damned if I go back to that doctor to get any more pellets.
That's so
I said,
funny.
I will be tired. I will whatever. I said, no, I draw the line at facial hair. I'm done.
No more testosterone pellets for Whitney.
And I'm going to see if I can get my money back.
Good luck.
Well,
good luck.
I'm going to check, see if that's in the contract. Side effect, facial hair.
Maybe they put too much in. I don't know. But
he did up my dose.
You did feel good though before you saw the hair.
Well, he didn't tell me facial hair was a side effect.
Maybe that's, but I had this bad boy before. Yeah, I don't need you catching up with me. That would be a little weird.
Next thing you know, hey, babe.
Hey, baby, how are you? Whitney's calling. I answer. I'm like, hello. And she's like, hey, honey, did you want me to pick up some more toast for breakfast tomorrow?
Go get my tampons from Walmart.
Your voice is deeper than mine, which doesn't take much, I tell you.
The super size.
Oh, my God. All right, well.
And don't forget to get my razors.
I don't have anything else for you. It's been a good episode, and I'm going to continue to work on myself. Make sure to let Whitney know if she has any more facial hair coming in. And most importantly, live in the now. Be present in the moment and just recognize things, starting with myself, recognizing that I'm doing what I can to do better. Maybe I'll have a little bit more a change of thought or something. Well, hey, tune in next week and you'll find out how I feel, because every week I try to incorporate something, doing this show and doing my other show. It's like I have a second, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, to reflect on myself. So then Monday when I start, it's like, what do we talk about that I can do a little bit better on? Because it's all talking about improving and improvement and moving forward, So I'm doing better. You got anything else before we head out?
Layton had fun at Thunderfest. We thought she was going to be scared this year, but shockingly, she was
good.
fun. eating everybody's food.
Yeah, that kid don't never stop.
Gosh. And she had a blast. She had lots of fun.
Yeah, the last 4th of July, she didn't.
Well, we stayed.
She slept.
Well, the past 2 years, we've pretty much stayed in the house with her because
she was young.
She was born and then she was 1.5. She was too little. So this was our first year back at Thunderfest, and she had fun.
Yeah,
we all had a blast. And
firework.
And Aunt Chelsea was teaching her little.
Yeah, she was doing that upstairs while I was laying with her. She was doing it to me. She would take her finger and do this, and I kind of had my eye open. She would take her finger and do this, and then she would put her fist under my chin.
Her little pageant face.
And then her head was going for me to do it, but I just lay there. It's so funny, cracking me up. She's a mess. I tell you, I love her to death. She's so funny. We'll post a picture up from the picture you took. We'll post it up for from Thunderfest.
She wanted Daddy to hold her during the fireworks, and I was taking pictures of you guys from behind while the fireworks were going off. It's so picture perfect.
Yeah, it is cute. But make sure to, I've been wanting to say this, be sure to, on Apple Podcast, rate the show, or on Spotify and rate the show. If you're listening, give us a rating on there. 5 stars sounds good, but whatever you think we deserve, give us a rating and leave a comment on there of, why you left a 5-star. Tell us what we're doing. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you'd like to see in the future.
Tell us what you need.
Yeah, tell us what you need. Tell us how this show helps you. I want to make sure that we're doing our job for our listeners. So give us a rating, leave us a review, and be sure and share the episode with somebody and hopefully change somebody's day from a negative old Nancy to a positive old Patty. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure and hit that share button if you're here on YouTube. And if you're on any audio podcast, give us a review and rate the show. Until next time, stay awesome and stay sweet. We'll see you later.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokémon.
Oh my God.